Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today I'm going to talk about two main things. The first one related to the literature review, and the second related to the plagiarisms. So how we conduct a literature review. As we mentioned before in the last meeting, and as you observed how we using search engines, including the Emerald, and how we refining our results, and also how we read the abstract. Okay, just to remind you related to the abstract. When you are reading the abstract, you should focus on the aspect of abstract. The abstract includes different aspects, and sometimes it differs from journal to another. بتختلف من جورنال لأخرى. Some journals categorize the abstract into subcategories, while others write it down in a text. So it's sometimes it's complicated to you to rearrange and reorganize the abstract. But generally speaking, the abstract include different categories, such as the objectives or the purpose, the methods, research design, and research techniques or strategies. And also it includes findings, and includes empirical reflections. And some abstracts include recommendations. Recommendation and the future research. So it's important to you to read the abstract by categorize the abstract into the purpose, methods, findings, empirical reflections, and recommendation. What is the importance of abstracts? The abstracts give you the main keywords, give you the main findings, it focuses on the findings, and what is the methodology applied in this article, and the objective. In addition to this, the abstract is considered like a quick win. It means you easily address all of these things in 5 minutes. If you are interested in the article, then you go in details. So in the initial step, we don't recommend you to read the full article. إحنا ما بنصحكم تقرأوا الفول article. إحنا we do recommend you to read the abstracts. Let's say if you have 10 or 20 articles, you can read the abstract first, and then you categorize them. If you have like this, you have 10 or 20 articles. Read abstract first. Then you try to categorize the abstract according to their relevance. Categorize according to their relevance and importance. From 20, you may end up with around 5 relevant articles. These 5 relevant articles, you can read them in details. ممكن إحنا نقرأ ال 5 relevant articles in details. And then in chapter 5 or chapter 5, we will go in details how to read the article in details. But here, in the initial steps, we don't need to go in details. Okay? In terms of exam, for instance, if I want to ask you, when you are revising, this is a question related to the exam. When you are revising the literature, or when you are revising the articles, what are the main items of included in the abstract? Okay? What are the main items, categories? Okay? What are the main categories? This is a question to you now. Methods. Okay, let's see. Let's see. To write down what you will say and to give you mark. To give you to mark your understanding. So methods. If this question is 5 from 5. Okay, methods. What else?
Objective.
No. Okay, the keywords is not category. It's helping you to have the keywords.
The objective.
Objective. The research question is not in the abstract.
لا مش في الأبحاث.
So it's wrong. So if you write research question, you will have problem. Okay. No. Design, research design. Research design related to the methods, yes.
Findings.
Findings, yes.
Recommendation.
Recommendation, yes. Okay, it's it here. Okay, I know that, but this is the idea.
Yes.
From your experience, what are the subcategories? But the problem in the answer here, you should arrange them in a systematic order. In the abstract, method is not in the starting of abstract. So if you have, for instance, 5 marks, I will give you 4 from 5. Because the arrangement is important.
Yeah.
You cannot start your abstract by research question or by findings. It should start by the objective or purposes. What are the purposes? What are the objective of your research? Then you go in methods, findings, empirical reflections, recommendations, etc. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is how the abstract is organized in the this is the style of the question. I may give you another style of the question. I give you the abstract by itself. It's in your assignment, in your exam. And then I ask you, please, drive the objective. What is the objective of this study? What is the methods? What is the findings? Try to, what it means, try to put them in a particular way. Just to help you to read the abstract, to understand the abstract. This helping, for instance, this helping the objective. This is related to the methods. This related to the findings. Unfortunately, some students, they don't care about the main functions of the abstracts. الطلاب يعني بيتعاملوا مع الابستراكت as a text كنص وبالتالي ما بيعرفوش والله هذه بالابستراكت هي objective ولا هي methods ولا هي findings ولا هي recommendation ولا هي ايش. In this level, it's in bachelor degree level, the only things to know is how to read the abstract. Okay? You don't need to invent. مش ما في داعي لأن احنا نخترع. Just how to read the abstract. And in the MBA level, it's different. How to develop the abstract. كيف احنا نكتب الابستراكت. So I'm not asking you to write the abstract so far. مش مطلوب منكم تعملوا الابستراكت. بس مطلوب منكم ايش؟ تفهموا what are the contents, what are the items, the categories in the abstract. Okay? In other exams, we have some messy abstracts. Okay? And I ask you, okay, please do this abstract in a particular way that fits the scientific abstract. يعني ممكن احنا نجيب abstract مخربطة ونقول لكم يعني رتبوها بس نفس الكلام الموجود في الابستراكت بس بتحطوه بطريقة ايش؟ بطريقة تتناسب مع الساينتفك ارتكلز. مش هتجيبوا كلام من برا فقط زي كيف احنا بنحكي واحنا صغار كانوا يجيبوا لنا كلمات مقطعة ونحطهم في جملة. ما تجيبوش اشي من برا بس الكلام اللي موجود بس عيدوا rearrangement له in a very understandable manner بطريقة
objective بعدين methods
هاي if you'd like we can go in details and to see the abstracts. ممكن تشوفوا الابستراكتس. So this is the IOG. We will go to the library. نروح على المكتبة. مظبوط. بنروح على القواعد بيانات إلكترونية مثلا. وبنروح على هاي. كنا ناخد لك كوبي. نفتح في ويندو جديد عشان نتجنب تمام. بنروح على ايميرالدز او بتروحوا مش شرط ايميرالد ممكن نروح على السيفير. المره اللي فاتت احنا رحنا على ايميرالد صح؟ بنروح على السيفير. هاي السيفير. ممكن نبحث في اي موضوع مثلا في الانوفيشن عشان نشوف كيف الابستراكتس. Okay, we'll see the abstracts. Okay, we'll download the Okay, this is the article. If you observe in the emeralds, the organizing abstract is different than the Elsevier. In emeralds, everything is arranged according to a particular subcategories. So they write the purpose, they write the methods. Yes. But here in Elsevier, they write in the text. كاتبينها في نظام النص. But it is the same of the Okay, what we read here, there is a sufficient evidence drawn from surveys of innovation in the public sector and cognitive testing with the public to develop a framework for measuring public sector innovation. So this is the objective. It is not necessarily to write this aims to. No, this is the objective. So the objective, just take this and copy, and then you can go to the Word documents. So this is the objective. Okay, don't worry. Okay, it's fine, fine. Okay. So this is the objective or the purpose. Okay. Come on. Okay. So there is sufficient evidence drawn from the surveys of innovation in the public sector and cognitive testing interviews with the public sector managers so this is to develop a framework for measuring public sector innovation. So if you want to put it in different ways, this article aims to develop a framework for measuring public sector innovation. Okay? So this is the objective. Okay, we will go back then. Also, many questions that are covered in the Oslo manual guidelines for measuring in the private sector be applied in the public sector innovation surveys. So the methodology here is that it's using surveys. Okay? So the methodology. Surveys need to meet policy needs required, collecting additional types. So policy to support public sector data on how public sector organizations innovative and how strategic managers approach in innovation can influence types. This is, by the way, is related to the research question. It's very rare to have research questions in the abstract. So in this article, if we want to categorize the abstract, we have the purpose, we have the methodology or the methods, which is survey, and we have research question. We have, how many research questions we have here? We have 2 research questions. We have 2 research questions. Again, to support policy to support public innovation data on how, you remember when we said the research question starting by WH. On how public sector organization innovation and how strategic, how and how. So we have 2 research questions. To innovation can influence the types of innovation that are developed. Both issues required innovation surveys. Again, surveys is methods. To develop deeply into the innovation process and strategies that are used by public sector organizations. Implementing of measurements framework in this paper would open opportunities for a new policy. So what is open opportunity? This is the, let's say, future research. So in this abstract, only we have 1, 2, 3 subcategories, or 4 subcategories. Purpose, methods, research questions, and further research. We will go back and to match between the abstract in Elsevier and the abstract in Emerald. Okay? Yes. So we'll go to the Elsevier. Emerald. This is Emerald. We'll write the same, innovation. We can pick pick any article in the innovation. We'll take this. Yes. مش كلهم. It's very rare to have a such question. Look at this. Okay, look at this. You have the purpose. You have the methodology, approach. You have the findings. You have practical implications or reflections, empirical reflections. We have originality value, and we have, which includes the recommendations. Okay, so this is categorized. Okay. We will take another example in the Elsevier. We'll see this one. Let's take the another one in Elsevier. See this. This article starts by research question. This paper addresses the research question how public-private partnership function as systematic innovation policy in instruments, etc. However, 3BB in this paper utilize innovation system. We compare innovation system, so they use comparative studies. So later on, after finishing this, after finishing chapter 4, you will know different methods applied. Because so far you know only questionnaire or survey, interviews, etc. Comparative studies is one of the methods applied in quantitative research and qualitative.
ما في ستايل معين علشان احنا نعمل رينج
You understanding? This is here. You have the research question.
Yes.
Okay. But generally speaking, the quality abstract should include this. See here, the results show, this is the results. Look, this is the findings. In Elsevier, it is not arranged according to to this style. It's arranged according to the publisher. حسب الببلشر. كل واحد حر في طريقة عرضه للabstracts. I will give you another example to see the difference between abstracts. We'll see this. This is starting by research question. And we have quantitative. We will take another. So the idea in the abstracts is sometimes it's written like this, and sometimes it's not messy. It's according to the publisher. Your role is to drive the objective, to drive the research questions, research objective, to drive the methods, the findings, the future research from the abstracts. Okay. Plagiarism. There are 4 common forms of plagiarism. What it means, plagiarism? انتحال، سرقة أدبية، صحيح. السرقة العلمية يعني. إنه إحنا ناخذ إشي مش إحنا اللي مسوينه. إحنا في الجامعة يعني مش مسموح نعمل كوتيشن أكثر من 25% من الثيسيس تبعتنا. تمام؟ فبدنا ناخذ بالنا في الموضوع هذا إنه لما نعمل كوتيشن للإنسان الصح. والكوتيشن كمان بده يكون مرتبط بالكوتيشن والريفرنسنج الصح. بمعنى لو انا قرات ارتكل كالتالي، وقال مثلا قال في الارتكل جون، في ارتكل بقول جون ايتول يعني جون واخرون 2016 claim that innovation develop organizational behavior. For instance, because this is in the article of Mike 2017. So the idea, did you quote Mike or you quote John?
Mike.
Okay, Mike. If Mike mistakenly took this from John, which is John didn't say this. So how you ensure that John said this? You have to go back to John and read what John saying, and then you say John. You in your thesis you write John et al. If you fail to have John, إذا إحنا ما قدرناش نجيب John, we will say this Mike. Okay, in this John 2016 in Mike 2017. يعني كأنه بنقول جون 2016 في مايك 2017. يعني هذا حسب ادعاء مايك انه نقل، او يعني مايك كأنه نقل عن جون الكلام هذا. But if you quote it or copy it from here without going back to ensure that John say this, it's plagiarism. إذا أنتوا أخذتوها بدون ما ترجعوا تتأكدوا والله جون فعلا حكى الكلام هذا، وبالتالي it's plagiarism. So you have to go to the original article. If you fail, then you can go to to this site. Submitting, stealing material from another source, it's fine. Submitting material written by another, إنه ناخذ إحنا بحث عامله واحد آخر ونقول this is our work. يعني ناخذ الأبحاث من الناس ونقول والله هذا هو، بس نغير الاسم ونغير هذا ونقول لهم تفضلوا. Copying material without quotation marks، إنه ناخذ اللي حكاه مثلا جون، هذا نلغي جون ونروح بس ناخذ هذا بدون ما نعمل له quotation، بدون ما نحطه بين أقواس. أو ممكن إحنا ناخذ كلام جون ونعمل له paraphrasing. إيش يعني paraphrasing؟ إعادة ترتيب ونعتبر إنه هذا كلامنا. تمام؟ برضه هذا اسمه plagiarism. في عندنا إحنا برنامج اسمه Turnitin بيكشف البلاجرزم، بيعرف إنه إحنا وين أخذنا الكلام ونسبة الأوريجيناليتي في البحث تبعنا. تمام؟ إذا هاي البلاجرزم. كمان مرة بالنسبة للريفرنسنج اللي حكينا فيها إنه كتير مهم نستخدم الان فيفو أو مندلي.
ليش
هدول ريفرنسنج بيعملوا نظام المراجع. طيب لو احنا في الامتحان ممكن نسأل سؤال بسيط. What are the referencing tools؟ ايش هم referencing tools؟ هنقول ان فيفو. ممكن نسأل سؤال آخر. شلون؟ ممكن اكتب اللي بدك اياه، لكن المين ريفرنسنج تولز هي اهم شيء عندنا الان فيفو عفوا الاند نوتس والمندلي. طيب what is the main significant difference between Mendeley and endnotes؟ ايش الفروقات الجوهريه بين مندلي وبين الاند نوتس؟ By the way, it's written in your textbook.
ايش مندلي انت؟
In your textbook في حد معه الكتاب؟ In your textbook it's written about end notes. موجود الاند نوتس، مكتوب عليه الاند نوتس. والكتاب مصمم كمان بطريقه عشان نحكي المنهجيه بطريقه في له مانيوال، وهذا المانيوال بيساعد على كيف احنا نشتغل على الاند نوتس او كيف ممكن نشتغل على المندلي. تمام؟ طيب.
عن جد شو مدة كلامك؟
This is a question. You go to the Mendeley and see. You remember in last 3-4 meetings I explained the difference between them. ارجعوا للمحاضرات المسجلة، أنا عملت الفروقات بيناتهم. طيب موجودين. طيب. Summary of chapter 3. The critical literature review sets the research in context. It means what is the context of your research? In other words, what is the background of your research? Leads the reader into later sections of the reports. It means smoothly you arrange the literature review from background to the objective, to the research questions, to literature review, to the methodology, etc. It's like leading the reader for good understanding. Begins at general level and narrows to specific topics. Yeah, it's like this. For instance, if your subject is related to the digital marketing, don't start by digital marketing. It starts by the importance of marketing, different types of channels of marketing. One of them is digital marketing, and then you go down from very wide to very specific. And if you remember, when I ask you about the keywords, about the digital marketing, about the parents, the father, mom, and dad of the keywords. Let's try to have the connections among the keywords. Okay, 3 main categories of sources, as we explained: the primary sources, secondary sources, and tertiaries. Okay, and you should differ between the three different sources. A clearly defined research questions and objective, because it leads the rest of your research. Defined parameters تعرفوا الباراميترز المعلوميات، زي مثلا ايش اللغه اللي بدنا نبحث فيها، المكان البحث، مثلا التايم فريم، فتره زمنيه من الارتكلز حتكون مثلا من سنه الكذا لسنه الكذا، المكان الجغرافي، يعني الاوثرز، الجورنالز من وين بدنا نحصل عليها، الريسيرش انجنز اللي احنا بدنا نشتغل عليهم، كل هذا بسموه defined parameters. Use of techniques, brainstormings and relevance trees. Brainstorm is when I ask you to have a meeting with a group and to bring the ideas, then to filter the idea and to have the significant idea for your research. And this is for chapter 3. Thank you very much. Inshallah, next meeting we will start in chapter 4. Chapter 4 is related to the research philosophy.